Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Brother David Hodge, active NGO warrior, represent Master Suleiman, the messenger of the covenant, the breaker of the seven seals. This is wartime. Today my topic is about the finish line to Armageddon. But before I start, I'd like to remind my people about the Holocaust, which is our true experience here in America. But they whitewash it as slavery, and slavery is not the correct title, or is not the correct definition or expression of what our people physically went through, our physical treatment here in America. That is the whitewash American term for what we went through to water down or sugarcoat what our people actually went through. Because the definition of slavery is the state of being a slave in bondage, enslavement, or servitude. The practice or a system of owning slaves, a condition compared to that of a slave in respect of exhausting labors or restricted freedom. Slavery, a condition in which one human being owned by another. A slave was considered by law as property or chattel, or was deprived of most of the rights ordinarily held by free persons. So as you can see there, these are not great definitions of what my people and what we have suffered here in America. It doesn't express the characteristics of the physical torment and torture that we went through here in America during the Holocaust, the complete horror and terror, and how we were miserable. This doesn't explain any of that in there, and neither does what they're trying to explain today as everyone being slaves. Because because if everyone was slaves to like they are today, if they're trying to express our experience of what everyone's going through today, which is industrial slavery, right, then there would be no issue, right? What are we crying about? Because everybody's slaves, right? Yeah, that's not what we went through. They're mistaking today's slavery for what we went through, slavery and the Holocaust. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. There's a difference. The slavery today is everyone that's working for these industry fields, like these Walmarts, these Targets, these price choppers, these Hy-Vees, or you working at McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Burger King, or Taco Bell, or whatever. You're working for these warehouses, you're working for these people, you're working for these companies, and you are making these people, you're making them so much money. It's max profit, minimum overhead, meaning that they give you the scraps like they did back in slavery, when they used to cut up every inch of the hog, and they used to package up the best pieces of the hog for themselves, even though we know there's no such thing, because the pig is the filthiest animal on the planet. But in their mind, that was the best for them. That was the best, that was the best pieces of the pig for them, and the intestines with the poop inside, which is called chitlins, but they whitewash it as chitlins today, and you buy them, they threw them out. So they used to feed that to us, which is the scraps. Instead of giving us the pieces that they liked, they gave us the parts they didn't want, because they didn't want to give us what they thought was delicate to them. They gave us the scraps, what they didn't want, and because they considered, they said, hey, well, we got to get them to work, and you don't feed us, then we can't work. We don't have any energy. So they gave us the shit. So that's what's going on today, people. You are working for a job and you're not getting paid your worth. They're giving you the bare minimum, but while their family's thriving off your hard work, they're paying you 200 calories, but you're giving them 1,000 calories a week. So there's a deficit. You can see the negative in that side of what you're producing. They're giving you the illusion of money. They give you the illusion of money, of energy, saying that it's energy, or trying to say that it's your lifeline. Money's your lifeline, but no, your hard time and energy is that's real. You're giving them your energy. You're exhausting yourself. It's man ager, meaning that that man is aging you because you don't understand mathematics. He's using mathematics against you. You are giving him all your time and you're investing all your time and energy into his business, and he's paying you nothing. It's not sustainable. You're basically exhausting and killing yourself every day for something that's never going to benefit you in the long run. You can't win. You're at a deficit. You're destroying yourself. You're going against yourself. So that's what they're trying to explain. That's our experience here in America. But no, that's not our experience. That's just 1%. That's just the economic side of it. We went through that, and we were afflicted with the Holocaust. We went through horror. We went through torment. We went through torture 24/7, 365, all year around. Even in the womb, we were tormented. We were tormented from the womb. We were terrorized from the womb. These people did this to us when we weren't even born yet, but they terrorized us from the womb, since the time we were in the womb, out the womb, until we were adolescents, all the way up until we were adults. These people terrorized us and implanted, indoctrinated their idea of who we were. We were less than dirt. They treated us animals. We was inferior, dumb niggas who weren't supposed to talk, wasn't supposed to think, wasn't supposed to go outside of what Massa said. You wasn't never supposed to use your brain. You wasn't never supposed to be nothing. You was bound to be slaves for life, even if you made it to heaven. In their reality, they didn't want you to become anything, and that's what they think about you today, people. They've made you believe that these things did not happen to us. Our people don't understand the extent of what happened to us. It's deeper than just what I'm explaining. Still, you don't understand. These people are calling our experience critical race theory. What happened to us was nothing about it was theoretical. They're basically trying to discredit what we went through in our experience here. They're trying to say that it could have happened, it might have happened, this is what happened. No, this is what actually happened, and they calling it a critical race theory. They calling it a theory instead of saying this is the actual true history of America, how we treated your people. This is how our ancestors treated your people. They're calling it a theory. Are you crazy? These people, this was not a theory. It wasn't nothing theoretical about what happened to us. What happened to us was the truth. What happened to us, what they're explaining to you in school, was the truth. They're teaching you the true history now. But now they want to whitewash it. They want to water it down, and they want to confuse you. But no, they were murdering us. These people was raping us. It was genocide. It was oppression. They was deceiving us. They were tormenting us, abusing us. They was beating us, whipped us. Like I said, they stripped us of all knowledge. And then our kids, as they was coming up, they didn't have to strip of knowledge because they didn't have any. So they fed them what they wanted to. They gave them their knowledge. They told them what they wanted to hear. That way they wouldn't have no problems out of them. They terrorized the children. These people didn't tell you that. But how do you think we became slaves, people? We were brought up in slavery. We were brought up in the Holocaust. These people terrorized us as children. They terrorized the children, but they don't tell you that part of the story. They don't publicize that part, because that part, even the most hateful monsters would think that they would be monsters. That is monstrous. So even a beast would think that's even worse than anything on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So even a wicked person would be sad about that, because that's the children. So they did this to children. People would be sick. That's why they don't share it in the public, because they know that would cause hell. They know that would cause even the most that would cause their own people to rise up against them, because children touches your soul in a different way. People know that that children is just like, how that the children is like how them Caucasians love their animals. They don't play about them children, right? So it's about them children. They gotta be the children's heroes. So they know not to put the children in the way. They know not to bring up the children. They know to go around that narrative. They know they try to whitewash it like the kids was all right, like they was treating the kids good. No, they was terrorizing them. They wasn't doing them no justice. They was doing what they was doing to us, to the children. They was doing all these things to the children. They was sodomizing, castrating, exploiting, disemboweling us, dismantling us. They hung us, they starved us, they cut us open, they peeled us alive, they gutted us, they cooked us, they fried us, they roasted us, grilled us, boiled us, they burnt us alive. They burnt us alive. You can't even smell. You can't even smell the. You can't hear or you can't fathom the idea of a burnt body. You can't smell that when I'm telling that to you. So you can't even fathom or imagine what I'm trying to explain to you. I can only try to paint you the best picture I can, but you almost gotta be a monster to feel what I'm telling you, because you're still not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the full effect or the extent of what I'm trying to tell you. These people made us unrecognizable. Our families and anybody that was around us that knew us, when they seen us, they didn't know that was you. They just knew that that's what happened. That was him. That's him. You know, they like, wow, that's wild what they did to you. That's crazy. They fed our children to gators. They cut our pregnant women's stomachs open and stomped the baby. They experimented on us with drugs, experimental drugs without anesthesia. They cutting us open. These people was using our skin and hair to make puppets and material objects. How do you think they came out with Pinocchio? That Pinocchio was portraying us. They was using our skins as for puppets and all that. They was mocking us. These people was doing this stuff to us, people. You don't understand, and now you think that your ancestors are proud that you kicking it with these people, laying up with these people, fist bumping, going out with these people, laying up with these people, and trying to make progress with these people. That is not, your ancestors would not be proud of this. I promise you, they will not be proud of this. This is not what they would want for you, people. This is not what they intended for you. These people, they didn't want you here. They didn't want you in the land of your imprisonment. They want you to go home. They wanted you to be truly free. They wanted you to have true freedom, justice, equality back in your own land. You got to understand, you are not from here. You were brought here. And these people were sick, and they are our enemies. These people do not want you here. They never intended on you to be here. They never wanted you here. They never wanted to see us thrive. If they could have just had a group of niggas that they could have used just for our brains, just so they can grab and grasp all the concepts and ideas and things that they needed, just so they can thrive and bring in their own reality, a mechanical vision. They just needed our brains. They just needed our creativity. They didn't ever want us around. They just needed the brain of our, they just needed the structure, the ideas, the blueprints of what we had to offer, so they can continue to patent and discredit us and make millions and thrive off our ideas and never give us a cent and watch us die in poverty in communities with with less education and plants and chemicals and stuff in our communities that's causing our reproduction and deformities and they're causing disease in our communities. They're causing us to have deformities and causing retardation and autism and all these things that's leading up to our population being dumbed down. They was trying to get rid of us, and that is still today's agenda. So don't get it twisted. These people don't like you, don't want you in their societies, didn't intend for you to be free walking amongst their plantation to plantation. These people still wanted you in shackles and chains, but you are still they got shackles and chains on your brain now. They got them locked on your brain, and you running their software, which is the American dream, which is against you, brothers and sisters. But see, somebody got to be able to tell you that. Somebody got to be able to confront that. Somebody got to be able to wake you up, tell you what's going on, tell you so you can identify that, so you can so you can identify that you're programmed, so you can start to unpro, so you can deprogram yourself, so you can start to lift yourself from those chains and realize that your reality is mathematics and it's not religion. And religion was made to disconnect you from reality, to disconnect you from your creation, that you were the God and you created everything. That's how they treated. That's how they made you believe. That's how they made you believe that you were inferior to them, brothers and sisters. You are much greater than that, and they know that. We know that, and it's about to be exposed here soon. So that's what my topic is. My topic is the finish line to Armageddon. So what is Armageddon? Armageddon, in most people's perspective, or whatever, not even perspective, because perspective would mean that it would be correct. So some people, their idea of it, or their concept of it, is the war, that this is when Jesus comes back and the Mahdi, and Jesus go to war with his enemies, and he protects he protects the Israelites and destroys all their enemies, and this is the war that comes at the end, that's in Revelations, the book, the war that would happen in the end with God and Satan, and all Satan will be destroyed, and all his enemies and all these things. But nobody can put a finger or time, or they don't know exactly what they're saying, because they're not the breaker of the seven seals. They never they never broke the seals in Revelation. So you can't know you can't know its true interpretation unless you broke the seals, because it says no one in the heavens or the earth or under the earth could break the seals but the Lamb, and the Lamb is Master Suleiman. So if you're not him, then you are just speaking of an idea of something that might have happened, or you're speaking of something that could happen, might happen, or it's an idea coming from your studies, but you're not the one. You're not the one to break the seals. You haven't lifted those seals. You haven't come up with, that's what it is. You haven't broken those seals. You don't know, you don't understand what it's saying. You can't understand the spatial perspective of the Bible. You don't understand the mathematics in it. You don't understand the spatial mathematics behind it, and the plan, our plan, which is, because the unsealed Bible is our plan of what's going to happen against the sealed Bible. The sealed Bible is their plan, and the unsealed Bible is our plan. So, and then we know that Allah is the best of planners. So our plan is always going to prevail. But in their mind, this is the time of Armageddon, where they think that false, like I said, this is where they're counting on, in their reality, false Israel to win the war. They're counting on, they're counting on, because they're supposed to be God's chosen people. So they're counting on them to win. This is when God's supposed to come and win the war for them. So the finish line to Armageddon, what does that mean? What is that? The finish line, meaning that it's a race. Everyone's trying to get which war is going to cause the spark, or was going to trigger Armageddon, because we know that there's a war in Ukraine with Russia. People were claiming that that's going to start Armageddon and World War III and all these events. And then you got the war over here with Iran and false Israel that could trigger it. And that's what's taking place right now. You got the wars and rumors of war, which is the category of the war of the Ukraine and Russia that people's counting on, that Farrakhan and Lion Ishmael saying that this is the war that's going to trigger all these events, which we know to be a lie. And then he said, anybody who make a false prophecy, you should not follow them. So you should keep that in mind, that he said that would trigger Armageddon. So when that doesn't happen, you should definitely stop following that man. But then you got this war that's more important, because you got to understand, like I was explaining, false Israel, the chosen people, according to the structure built around the world. The world is built around the idea that false Israel is the true seed of Abraham. So that's a bigger deal. You understand? That's more of the biblical war, or biblical idea of like I said, Jesus coming back and the Mahdi and all these things that's supposed to take place, and they're rooting on false Israel, the big dog. They want the big. They thinking that the big dog is gonna win, so they're not expecting the underdog Iran to win. So that's what's taking place. It said that the war would break out in heaven. That's the imminent war that's going to trigger Armageddon. The war that broke out in heaven, which is Michael's and his angels versus the dragon and his angels, which is the God of our time, Asphra Muhammad and his Shia, the Iran and Syria, versus the dragon and his angels, which is the House of Side, America, Britain, and false Israel, which are his angels. So that's the war that's going to take place. That's going to trigger Armageddon in other events like the attack of all blacks and the resurrection and all these other events, because this is what's going to happen. Because right now, Iran and false Israel are not. The JCPOA agreement was the JCPOA agreement is virtually dead, meaning it's not coming back. That means that they're not making an agreement, which means that war is imminent, meaning that war has to take place. And false Israel and everyone is saying that Iran basically has almost enough uranium to power their nuclear weapons, which means that can happen any day now. So if that means that can happen any day, that means that they have to move forward with taking action before that happens. So that means that they are going to war. The war is imminent. That war has to happen, and it's about to go down. So, but it's not going to go the way they intend, because the God is going to interfere. That's when it says that a war broke out in heaven, and Michael's angels went to war with the dragon and his angels, meaning that Michael and his angels, meaning that he initiated the war, because it said he went to war with the dragon versus his angels. He went against them, meaning that he intervened on their plan, because they was coming to destroy us. So he intervened on that. And that's what's going to take place. This is when America and Britain get kicked out of the Middle East. And this is when false Israel is isolated. And this is when it said, when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know that destruction is near. Then who is Jerusalem? Who's the capital of Jerusalem? It's false Israel. When you see false Israel surrounded by armies, then know that destruction is near. And so, what does that mean? That means, and this, now, like I said, according to the Bible, according to the scriptures, this is not supposed to happen. False Israel, once put into their land, once the chosen people are put into their land, they are not to be uprooted or removed. So that is an indication that these people are not who they claim to be. You got these people that's claiming to be the holy people in the Holy Land, but that they're not. So that means that that's an abomination. That's not supposed to happen. That they're not supposed to be in. They're not supposed to be in the land that they're. You know what I'm saying? They're not supposed to be. That's an abomination. Them trying to claim to be something that they're not is abomination, and them being removed from that position is abomination. That's not supposed to happen, and their destruction is them being destroyed. That's the abomination of desolation. That's the abomination of desolation, people. That's not supposed to happen. They are not supposed to be removed. That's going to send red flags and explosions through the universe. This event is going to send shockwaves, and it's going to crush their whole structure, because their structure is built around the fact that they are the true seed of Abraham. But we know that is not true, and this is going to indicate that. And also another thing is they're not even sitting on the right land, because it didn't say that they would settle in small Palestine. They would be in Great Arabia. So that's another indication that they're liars, and they're not the true seed of Abraham, because they're not even on the right land. The Sunni Arabs is on our land, which is our brothers, Ishmael, our half brothers, who betrayed us into the Holocaust. But that's another story. So these people, when Jerusalem is surrounded by armies, know that destruction is near. So these people are going to lose the war, and these people are going to lose it. And this is going to expose them for being Satan. It's going to expose them for being exactly who they are. which is wicked people and terrorizers and all that. And then that's going to expose these people in America as being wicked devils, monsters, and beasts who were terrorizing and tormenting the true seed of Abraham and were cursing the blessed people, which is going to be crazy, because they know that blessed those who bless those who were blessed, and cursed those who cursed those who were blessed. And they've been cursing us for 466 years non-stop. These people ain't took a break from tearing us apart. And now we are rising up against them, and we set judgment was set for them. It came right in on time. 1619, 2019, 2020, the year of judgment. COVID-19 that would kill the firstborn, meaning the elderly, but pass over us, meaning pass over us with the lamb's blood, meaning you had to be original, because the lamb was original. So they try to claim that we were dying, dropping like flies, and then they came out with it. That our people weren't dropping like flies, and the people in our brothers and sisters from Africa and Haiti were virtually not being affected by the virus, and we had the same DNA. So we busted that. They had to stop all that lying and tell the truth. So this virus was for them. It came in right on time. Judgment came in right on time for them, and they've been trying to escape judgment since. And that's why they're trying to, right now, they know what time we are in. They're trying to prepare they're trying to make a move out before these events take place, brothers and sisters. But it's nothing that they can do. They can do whatever they think they're going to do. It's not going to work, brothers and sisters. But you have to understand, at this moment, this is going to send shockwaves through the planet when false Israel is taken out. When they are discovered as Satan, and we are discovered as we have the second claim to the being the true seed of Abraham, and these people find out that we are the reason for their judgment. We are the reason for the consequence that they're about to receive, that they are receiving and they have received, and they understand that we control the weather, and that we are the reason behind the adverse weather that's taking out their communities and taking out their people. And once they find out that we're linked to all this, they are coming to kill us. They are coming to kill us. The people in your community, the people in your society, the people that you're laying with, these devils are coming to kill us, because they realize now that they are in trouble. These people are in trouble now, and we are the head of the judgment, and we are the ones responsible. So now this is when the envier becomes envy. This is when the envier becomes envious. He becomes envious. We had nothing, and look what he did to us. Look what she and he did to us. We had nothing. Now they about to find out that we about to have the best. We about to get the best part of the planet Earth, and we about to go home, and we about to have a garden. We about to have a garden of bliss and have a paradise, and he's about to have nothing. This is when he reach out to his grave. This is when he reach out from his grave to take us with him, because he doesn't want us to. He don't want us to have anything, and he's about to have nothing, and we about to have everything. That's when the envier becomes envious. He's jealous and hateful of everything we about to receive, and he's about to die. He and she is about to die for all their evil deeds and all their actions and crimes. So that's what's taking place, and it says to flee. To flee, brothers and sisters. You have to get out of town. You have to head to the middle of the country. You have to head in certain states. You have to head to head to Indiana and Chicago and Detroit, and you have to head where all the black. You have to gather up where all the black people are gathering up. But it say to flee, meaning that you didn't. If it's saying flee, that means you didn't get the message to flee. When false Israel goes under siege, you're supposed to get out of town then. So if you're fleeing, that means that you're late, which means it's a possibility that it's slim that you'll make it out, because these people are not playing with us. These people are trying to kill us. These people are not playing with us. They weren't playing with us during the time at the beginning of the Holocaust. So what makes you think that these people are playing when their lives are on the line? These people are not going to play with us, people. These people don't like us. They don't love us. They never intended on us being here. This world was designed by them, designed for them, designed by them, and they never intended on us thriving in their communities or their societies or their world. You keep paying attention to the demons, their black-faced children who've been manipulating you and intervening in your communities, representing you in the worst way, making you look like fools and helping massa keep you programmed. They're terror bots, they're terrorizers. They come in and terrorize us. You keep thinking about these celebrities and entertainers, these people who don't give you shit, but you keep giving them gold. You keep making them wealthy. And they keep trying to manipulate you to believe that you're going to be all right. You can do what I do, but we don't have the same mind and we don't have the same mind and nature as them. We don't think like they do. They think like their fathers. They are the seed of their fathers. They are Caucasian and black skin. They have the mind of their daddy. So America is their vision, but we don't carry the same vision as them. Our vision is getting out of here. Our vision is complete separation, and they don't want to hear that. That's not something that they want to hear. They want to hear us saying that, yes, we want to stay here. Yes, we want 6 states and reparations, even though 6 states and reparations don't mean nothing if they control the prices. They mean they can rise the prices up, which is inflation, and snatch all the money back right from us, and we'll end up right back in the same poor condition. And then the land that they've given us that's ripped of all resources, meaning that it don't have any topsoil or it doesn't have any organic matter that grows food. So now the land is worthless. It can't grow nothing. You can't do nothing. You got a bunch of worthless land. So you keep thinking they doing something for you, and they not. They don't love you. They only giving you something because they didn't. Like I said, they give you what they don't want. They give you the scraps. They give you stuff they already stripped up all it up. They stripped all the resources out of it. They didn't already manipulated and used all of it, and now they're giving it to you. You better think twice. You think they're giving something to you that's worth something? You must be insane. These people ain't never wanted to see you with nothing, and that's still their intentions to this day. These people don't want to see us breathing. They don't want to see us rise. They don't want to see the dead tribe of Lazarus rise from the dead. They don't want to see the lost people, the lost tribe of Shabazz. They don't want to see us. They don't want you to know that you the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the God of the universe, the Asiatic black man. They don't want you to know that you the creator of everything, that you are the DNA atom of life. You were the one being that had no beginning nor end, meaning that we are the gods that always here, that we are always here. We've been here since there is no beginning nor end. We've been here. We just been here. We don't never go away. You can't destroy us. You know, that's what they don't like. That we the ones. We the original nation. They don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So we were the first, and we shall be the last. And they were the last, and they shall be the first. So they are the first to go, meaning that we created them for a period, and that deprivation period is over. That 6,000 deprivation period is over, and we are headed to the contraction state, meaning that all the energy that we put out into the universe, the heavens is that energy called the heavens is returning back to us, returning back from the universe to the earth, meaning that we're getting stronger, meaning that there's a greater pressure coming in, that you have to have a certain structure and a mindset to withstand that pressure that's coming in. So these people, they cannot. So there's going to be more confusion. There's going to be more violence. There's going to be more of us rising, because we're, like I said, we're getting that energy, and we're about to reach that 50 year mark where we receive an energy burst every year, and this is going to be the energy burst that breaks all chains. We're going to break all chains. We're going to be completely free, brothers and sisters, because we're going home. We're about to fulfill the covenant. There is no mystery gods. There is no God. There is no mystery God coming out the sky that's going to be flying like Superman to come save you. There's an almighty God that's going to make a way for your inheritance. He's going to make a way to make that promise. He's going to make a way to guarantee your promise, but you have to be the one to rise up and fend for self and do for self, because he's not going to create your reality, and neither is Master Suleiman, and neither am I. You have to be the God. We came here as angels and we would leave as gods. And that's the only way you can return home, brothers and sisters. You have to become a god. You have to realize who you are. You have to have thorough knowledge of self. You have to be able to upload the new mind, which is the Injil. You have to be able to understand your reality. Your reality is mathematics. Every action has an opposite or equal reaction. Action equals reaction. Every action has a consequence. The biblical term, you reap what you sow. You have to understand your creation, brothers and sisters. You have to understand who the God is. You have to understand who his messenger is. You have to understand who the messenger of the covenant is. You have to understand all the things that they taught you. You have to understand that the Bible is future. It's not past tense. It's future. That we're living out the Bible. That everything in it is visible. They told you it was invisible, but it's everything in it is visible. It's physical. Everything in our creation is physical, people. Everything can be proven with mathematics, and we personify everything, meaning that we put it in a form where you can see, so you can identify it, so you can deal with it. And that's exactly what we did with the deprivation period. When the personification of the deprivation period are these devils and these demons, and that's why you need to separate, because they are your total destruction. These people are headed for destruction. They're under judgment, and they want you to go under judgment with them. They want you to suffer from all their consequences and crimes, and you don't have to, because you have a second option, meaning you have the option to go home. That's your best option, brothers and sisters. You've already paid that way, and that reward is a free gift to you, because it's free, because you already put the work in, and you are the only one who don't want it, because you don't know you have the reward, or the journey was too long and you gave up and you became a viper or whatever, but this reward, we did it, brothers and sisters. We finished the contract. We held up our end of the deal, and now it's time for us to get our reward, and no one wants us to have it but the God and Master Suleiman, and that's what this is about. It's about us. Everything in the world that's taking place, that's happening right now, is about us. It's about our inheritance. It's about everything that's taking place is because of us, and it's not going to stop until we leave. It said, let the people go. Let my people go. Pharaoh wouldn't let the Israelites go, and they was hit with the plague. They were hit with 10 plagues. Like I said, the first one was COVID-19. That's the first plague, and it was more to come, because these people wouldn't let us go. They would not let us go. And when all these things is about to happen, and the war that broke out in heaven that triggered Armageddon, which is Michael's angels versus the dragon and his angels, which is the war with Iran and false Israel. That's going to trigger Armageddon. It's going to trigger all blacks to be attacked. It's going to cause us to be all these things. It's so many more events that's going to take place. It's going to cause us to these events are going to. It's going to cause us to get kicked out altogether. These events are going to push us out of here, and it's going to cause us to resurrect, and we're going to create a great army, and we're going to get out of here, and we're going to defeat the beast. Who can rage war with the beast? Who was like the beast that could rage war with the beast? Who was the only people in America that was going through misery and torment and torture, and was a product of the beast? We were the ones like the beast, because we was turned into the beast. Who was like the beast that could rage war with the beast? We was the beast. We was like the beast, that we was the only ones that could defeat him. Master Suleiman was the only one that could raise the tribe of Shabazz. He the only one that could rise up the dead tribe of Lazarus. He was the only one that was able to defeat the beast, and anyone that was along with him, he equipped them with the knowledge to do it. He equipped them with mathematics. He equipped them with the Injil. He equipped them with pressure. He gave them the higher pressure, and higher pressure eliminates lower pressure. No matter how much low pressure there is, be a trillion low pressure. You just got an inch of high pressure. It eliminates all of it, and that's that little stone that's spread throughout the earth. and crushed everything and grinding up everything in his way. That's the end, Jill. That's the new reality that's coming in, and you have to be prepared for it, brothers and sisters. You got to get your mind back, your spatial God mind back, in order to enter the new reality, brothers and sisters. And that's all that you can do. Anything else is your destruction. So if you're trying to invest all your energy and time and all these things that's pointless in a nation that's about to be collapsed and never to be up, never to rise again, you put all your eggs in one basket that's about to collapse and burn down. There's no benefit in that. You might as well start investing in yourself instead of misusing your energy like these terabytes, these demons had taught us and manipulated us to do when America's over with. So you might as well detach yourself from anybody that's attached to America, because America is over. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not sorry. That's just what it is, brothers and sisters. You have to start pushing your own vision. A people without a vision will perish. So that's what you want to do. You want to perish here with the enemy, or you want to go and create time, transfer energy from one form to another, and create your paradise when we get home, because we are the wealth of America. Why do you think that they held us here? Because we were the wealth of America. We created the gold and they created the shit, and it was a symbiotic relationship here that we had with them, and they didn't want to let us go because they understood the mathematics of it, because that's exactly what they did before they got here, and they drug us here. That's what happened. That's what they was doing in Europe, creating shit, and that's what they're going to do here in America once we leave. These people, that's all they can do, and that's it. They can't do anything else. And these people know once we leave here, the whole establishment is going to crash and come colliding and collapse. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. We are the great wealth. We are the great substance. We're going to leave out with us. We are the gods. We are the creators. We created everything, and we about to go make a garden wide as the heavens and earth. We about to have a garden of bliss, and we are about to go enjoy ourselves and create our own paradise and nobody tell us what to do, because we are we understand mathematics, and we understand our creation, and we don't cause conflict, and we are all in sync, and it's harmony and peace. We about to go home where it's about to be great, and these people about to suffer great judgment, and these people are about to suffer great wrath, and these people ain't about to be happy. These people gonna be stuck in this reality and can't get out, and they're gonna be so healthy that they're gonna wish death, but they're gonna wish death from every corner, but it don't come. And they're gonna be going through so much, and they're gonna be healthy, eating shit and piss. You want to be here for that? Man, look, we are blessed, brothers and sisters. You don't have to no longer be here in the land of your imprisonment anymore. You got a second option to get out of here. You have a second option to go home, brothers and sisters. You no longer have to suffer here. You no longer have to participate with these programs and these people that's against you. And you no longer have to fear the police who were created for you. These slave catchers, but updated version police. They try to make it seem like they made the police for everybody. The police for everybody. No, that's an illusion. Just like money. No, they act like that. But you pay attention to the charges when black people and Caucasian people get hit with the same charge. Why is the time different? Why does he only get a slap on the wrist and a little probation, and he's off the hook, and then me, I get 20 to life? Like, it's no fair. There's no justice system for us. There is no justice in the justice system for us. They thrive off our misery. They are the ones causing the conflict and the interruptions, and they're causing the mishaps, and they're causing us to act other than ourselves by using the wisdom of electricity against us. I know y'all don't understand that, how electricity works. It works off proton electrons, and the less numbers of electrons cause a current. Means that it's a shortage. So now the electrons are trying to make up for what was taken. So the more you take out, the faster it goes. That's what's taking place. We the protons and the electrons, the resources and the things that we need in our communities, and they shortening us. So it's causing us to go against each other. It's causing us to want. It's causing us to need because it's a shortage. So we got to take from everybody. We taking from people. It's causing conflict. It's causing collisions. It's causing stuff to get great. And that's what's taking place. You know what I'm saying? So they're causing corruption in our communities, and they're causing separations, and they're causing families to be torn apart due to them using the mathematics against us. And if we trying to teach our people to need less, that's how you beat their system, because that's how you replace what was taken by teaching our people how to accept and manage with less, so we all can be stable, so we all can manipulate, so we all can outsmart the enemy, so we can move forward with getting out of here, because that's the plan. We don't need nothing here. All we need is, you know what I'm saying, we just need the bare minimum, like anybody would need, you know what I'm saying, but they're consuming much more of it. They're consuming much more of it, and we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that at all, brothers and sisters. So, because the mission is getting out of here. And when we get home, we're going to have everything we need. So that's why we got to teach our people to need less. Because once we get out of here, we're going to have everything we need and much more. And we are, like I said, we are the creators. We create everything. So we're going to be creating things. And it said we're going to be in a land of milk and honey, which means we're going to be things. Where we're going is going to be prosperous. Where we're going is it's going to be so great. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be plant life. It's going to be animals. It's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of things. It's going to be life. That's what I'm saying. And this is going to be death here. It's going to be destruction. It's going to be non-livable, uninhabitable. It's going to be, you ain't going to want to be here, brothers. This is what I'm saying. So where we're going is going to be trillion times greater than here, and it's only going to get better and better and better and better, because there's not going to be any more personification of evil or wickedness. So that means that we don't do that to our people. We don't create, we don't enjoy, we don't entertain ourselves by other people's misery, or we don't down people, or we you know what I'm saying, we uplift, and we're one body. We're the body of Christ. We are one. Our unity is key. We are one nation. We all count on one. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We it's like a system. You know what I'm saying? It's just we a body. You need every part of your body, but we're just in harmony. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying each other's. Enjoying every part of the body. You know, we are just one unit, man. We just flowing. So they don't want that for us. They don't want us to leave here and receive any rewards. They don't want you to go home. They want you to stay here and be destroyed. They don't want to see you doing good, brothers and sisters. They don't want to see you doing good. They don't want to see you escape judgment, because they can't. And it's not made for you, but you will suffer the enemy's consequence if you are not aware of what's taking place. If you can't identify your enemies, then you are your enemy. And if you are associated with your enemy, then you are associated with his crimes, brothers and sisters. That's just mathematics. So we trying to teach you all these things and prepare you and tell you that the Lamb is here, that the Son of Man is here, that Jesus is here. Joshua is here. He's here to take us home, here to prepare the way to take us home, brothers and sisters. You no longer have to suffer and stay here and be prisoners. It's time to go home, brothers and sisters. That's the most important message. That is the most important message. That's what people should be telling you every day. They motivating you and trying to tell you, activating and talking to you and trying to convince you about these places that these mystery gods and all these things in heaven and all this imaginary crap. No, these people need to be telling you that you going home. That it said you be going home. That's what it said in the Abrahamic covenant. Read Genesis chapter 15, 13 through 16. It tells you that we're going home. It says after the 400 years of servitude and horror, we'll be going home. It says, and they will be judged right after the 400 years, which I explained to you, came right in on time. 1619, 2019, 2020, year of judgment, COVID-19 came in right on time, and everything else is coming in right on time. So that's what's taking place, brothers and sisters. We are headed out. We The only option we have, if we want to be great again, if you want to experience complete bliss, and you want to experience true justice, freedom, and equality, the complete separation is the only key. You have to get away from the personification of evil and wickedness, which are these devils, which is the deprivation period is over. Now we are headed to greatness, and it's time to receive your reward, brothers and sisters. So anybody telling you that you're not getting a reward, anyone telling you that the Abrahamic covenant is not true, anybody not warning you about the Abrahamic covenant, about the abomination of desolation, anybody that's telling you that these Caucasians are your friends, anybody that can't tell you that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, that these demon blackface, that massive blackface children are they telling you that they are not your enemy, that there is no such thing as demons and you still fighting demons? Man, these people are your enemies. These people can't tell you that they can't take the invisible and show you and turn it visible so you can see, so you can deal with it. You don't need to be dealing with these people no more. You have to understand everything in our world is physical. It's things are about to physically take place, and that's all that's happening in your life. Just think about it. Everything's been physical, and everything that you close your eyes and wish for, it never comes true. And you waiting for anything to happen just to thank God when that's happened because it was put in action, and you put it in action, or somebody put it in action for you. It wasn't you wish on a star, and the star just, you know what I'm saying, didn't that just come out the sky, or wish came out the sky, or your car came out the sky, or the gas price is going up. So why don't you better pray for some gas, because it's about to get higher. Food's getting higher. Formula's going out the stores. People are going through social unrest. People are going through things that's about to get much worse, because the temperature is only going to keep increasing because we're rising up. And when the temperature increases, the pressure increases. And when the pressure increases, the collisions increase. And these people are devils, and they're wicked. By nature, they're weak and wicked. So that means there's going to be more violent collisions. And you want to step out the way. You want to get out their way. We trying to prepare you to get out their way so you won't be destroyed, brothers and sisters. So with that said, brothers and sisters, that's all I got. And I plan on giving you more, brothers and sisters, because it's important to me to see you get out of here. And I want to see as many of our people get out of here. And I don't want to see y'all suffer the consequence of the enemy. It's just sick, man. It's not right, because we went through all this hard work just for you to not receive your reward. It just don't sit right with me, brothers and sisters. So thank you for listening to me, and I hope you tune in next time. Assalamu alaikum.